Welcome to the Brunswick High Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd. Brought to you by
Coastal Appliances, Port City Paint and Body, The Emerald Princess, Bruce Kennedy Tire, Apple Care Immediate Care, Misty's Element Massage, Pristine Water, Files Insurance Agency, Jenkins Nissan,
and by Marshside Grill. Now, here is your host, the voice of the Brunswick High Pirates, the Professor, Teddy Bishop.
Welcome to the Brunswick High Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd on the Bishop Media Sports Network. I am Teddy Bishop, and we are on location at Marshside Grill, where we will be each and every Sunday night at 7 p.m. for the entire season for the Victor Floyd Coaches Show. This segment of the Victor Floyd Show is sponsored by Port City Paint and Body, the Emerald Princess, Coastal Appliances, Apple Care Immediate Care, Files Insurance Agency, Bruce Kennedy Tires, Pristine Water and Pools, Misty's Element Massage, Jenkins Nissan, and Marshside Grill. And now joining us, the head coach of the Brunswick High Pirates, Victor Floyd.
Good evening.
Coach, big game this past Friday night. Pirates traveled over to Douglas to take on the Coffee County Trojans, one of the top-ranked teams in the state. Pirates ended up with a 35-20 loss. Douglas is a tough place to play.
Right. Well, we haven't had much luck there yet. We're 0-3 in Douglas since I've been coaching. We won 2 over here, so we're 2-3 against them overall, but we've not been able to pull one off there.
Coach, it seemed whenever the Pirates would build some momentum, we'd have a key penalty or a turnover or some type of big play against us. How important is momentum in a big game, or any game for that matter?
Well, it's the key to it. Momentum was kind of up and down for us Friday night. We couldn't buy a break. Every time that we got a big play or something happened, like you said, it would be a penalty or we get a turnover at the wrong time. So those are things you just have to battle through as a team.
Coach, it looked as if we were headed into halftime, tied at 7, but Coffee broke that 43-yard touchdown run with only 20 seconds left. How does that affect what you say to the players at halftime? They got to go in a little bit dejected, I would think.
Well, anytime you give up a play right before half is huge, and you have to try to get them back from a mental standpoint and not allow them to get too down just over one play. And we have to be able to bounce back and make the third quarter real important.
Coach, if you look at Coffee's 35 points, the thought might be that the defense didn't play well, but 14 of the points from Coffee came one touchdown on a kickoff return and then another touchdown on a pick six. Without those two plays, it might have been a different outcome for the game. But talking about the Pirate defense, what is your assessment of the way they played against Coffee?
I thought we played real solid. We gave up a couple of big plays at times, but overall we played real solid because, like you said, only 21 of 35 were even scored on the defense, which holding Coffee to 21 points is a real good job because they're real talented offensively. I thought our defense played real solid. Just wish we could have helped them out a little more.
And one of the other touchdowns for Camden came on a short field where they recovered a fumble, I think, at Brunswick's 46 or somewhere in Brunswick territory, and were able to go in. So really, as you said, a pretty solid effort by the defense. Coach, speaking of defense, as you know, Kip Branch does the broadcast with me, and we chose Devonis Johnson as the player of the game. How would you grade Devonis' performance against Coffee?
Devonis played well against the run. In the passing elements, he had a few mistakes, but overall he played real good against the run. They struggled running the ball. That one play they had right before the half was really the most success they had running the ball.
This is the Brunswick High Coaches Show with the head Pirate himself, Victor Floyd, on the Bishop Media Sports Network. Coach, let's talk a little bit more about the defense. We've talked a lot about your freshman quarterback, Randon Jernigan, but let's talk about another freshman that's I think has done an outstanding job on defense, Jalen Jackson. Seems like he's getting better each week. How would you assess his performance this week?
Right. I think Jalen is getting better each week. I think with a freshman, there's a maturation process you have to go through. And I think it's just, you grow from week to week. The more minutes you can play in games, the better you'll get. And I think that's exactly what Jalen's experiencing. I think he's getting better from week to week. And I think all his football is really in front of him, but he's doing a good job for us, and he's growing.
And again, sticking with defense, Coffee had that big tight end, Jalen Wilkerson, about 6'4", 230, that's committed to Florida State. He had a big catch, I think, on maybe some busted coverage or something, but overall I thought the defense handled him pretty well. Did you adjust your defense to deal with him going into the game?
Not really. He's not a guy that they throw to a lot. They use him more for blocking. He's only catching 1 or 2 passes a game, and that's about what he got against us. And like you said, it was on a blown coverage. He caught a pass up the sideline. Someone blew a coverage. But we didn't do anything different for him, but I did think the guys did a real good job against him.
Coach, how about other defensive standouts that maybe you would like to give some kudos to tonight?
Defensive line played well. I thought that was the key to it. That's why they were struggling running the football because our D-line played well. So we're excited about where they are and hope they continue to play good. But our whole defensive line, Chris Coward, Keenan Wilson, Reggie Jackson, Mike Little, Bryce Sasser, all those guys played real solid on defensive line.
And Coach, we talked a little bit about this a couple of minutes ago, but there were some key plays that went against Brunswick High. One of them was the drop pass. I think Sean Smith had it right there at the goal line and maybe tried to turn too quickly to make sure he got in, but I thought that was a key play in shifting some momentum away from Brunswick High.
Well, there's no doubt there were 4 plays that just stick out in your head. The drop touchdown by Sean was one, the pick 6, the kickoff return, and then the touchdown we had called back in the first quarter. I think all 4 of those plays were huge momentum shifters, and those were big plays.
And we were talking a little bit about AJ, and he apparently suffered some type of hamstring injury.
Well, it just got re-aggravated. He's been fighting with the hamstring. He got over MCL. The hamstring happened. And on that touchdown run, he felt it tweak again. So we went ahead and pulled him out, and he was done for the night. But he was only able to play about a quarter. And we hate that because AJ is vital to what we're trying to do. And it's his senior year, and you always feel sad for seniors who get hurt and don't get an opportunity to play as much as they normally would or contribute like they know that they can.
Coach, how about his status for this coming up game?
He's probably not going to play this game. Yeah, he's definitely questionable. I don't think he'll play this week.
Okay. Coach, how about other injuries? I know William Brinkley was on crutches at the end of the game. What is his status and how is he?
Well, we're waiting to hear. We'll know a little more about him in the early part of the week, but I'm pretty sure he's out for this coming week. Any
other injuries from the Coffee game?
Besides hurt feelings, that's about it.
From hurt feelings, yes, sir. More to come on the Victor Floyd Coaches Show on the Bishop Media Sports Network. Right now, these words from our sponsors.
Coastal Appliances is your one-stop shop for Whirlpool washers and dryers, Whirlpool refrigerators, and so much more. Coastal Appliances offers free delivery and service after installation and have also been in business for over 30 years. 4727 Altama, next to Sonic, and on the web at appliancesbrunswickga.com, or give them a call at 912-267-0132. Coastal Appliances, Glenn County's only specialty appliance store. When you are in need of a reputable body shop, Port City Paint and Body in Brunswick is your answer. Located at 2509 Norwood Street, just down from Twin Oaks, Port City Paint and Body understands your needs and cares about your car and you. Port City Paint and Body works with any insurance company. Give them a call for a free estimate at 912-265-9524 or on the web at portcitybodyshop.com. Port City Paint and Body, home of the lifetime guarantee, and go Pirates!
We've got your game, we've got your game, we've got your game. Hop aboard for Texas Hold'em tournaments, roulette, poker, lots of slot action, food, music, and more. Labor Day weekend, Sunday, August 31st, 7 p.m. Cruises depart from Brunswick, Georgia. Call 800-842-0115 or visit EmeraldPrincessCasino.com. Must be 18 years of age and present a government-issued photo ID to board.
I'm Jenkins Nissan.
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 I am Jenkins Nissan.
I'm Donnie Jenkins. We're all Jenkins Nissan, and together we want to show you just how easy buying and servicing your car should be. So please, stop by and experience the Jenkins Nissan difference. Look for the red and white Nissan tent at the corner of Chapel Crossing Road and the Spur, or visit us online at jenkinsnissanofbrunswick.com.
Get affordable health care when you need it. At AppleCare Immediate Care, our team of compassionate healthcare providers is dedicated to treating each patient with the highest standard in healthcare. Located at 1111 Glencoe Parkway, AppleCare is open Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. AppleCare welcomes all walk-ins from pediatric to adult ages and accepts most insurance plans. Visit us at applecaredoctors.com and like us on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Brunswick High Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd on the Bishop Media Sports Network. I'm Teddy Bishop on location from Marshside Grill. This segment of the Brunswick High Coaches Show with Victor Floyd is brought to you by Coastal Appliances, Port City Paint and Body, the Emerald Princess, Jenkins Nissan, and by AppleCare Immediate Care. Coach, again, talking about the Coffee County game this past Friday night, switching from defense to offense. Pirates had some long drives, particularly on the Pirates' first possession, had that 90-yard drive of 10, 11, 12 plays. Ended with, I think, John Grant running it in from 6 yards out. That was a good way to start the ball game and really gave Brunswick High some, I thought, very early momentum.
It did, and that was big for us to get out the gate fast. And I thought we had momentum early, and we just wasn't able to hang on to it. We had too many things to go negative to take some of that momentum away. But that was a big way, and that's the way we wanted to start the game. We wanted to defer so we could get the ball first in the second half. We wanted to get a stop and get the ball back, and we were able to get a 3-and-out. And Coffee hadn't had too many 3-and-outs this year, and we were able to get the ball and put a long drive together and sustain a drive, and we thought that was huge and thought it was a good way to start.
Coach, on your show a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about your freshman quarterback, Randon Jernigan, and how well he's doing even as a freshman, and you said that, of course, defenses are keying on him because he has been doing so well. And he did have a couple of turnovers against Coffee. Do you think that is a result of the defense keying on him, or would you attribute that more to just freshman mistakes?
Well, I mean, it really doesn't matter what grade you're in. You have to hold on to the ball. We just,
right.
We have to continue to stress ball security. I don't think anyone's doing anything different. He's taking some, big shots here and there. We just have to squeeze the football and kind of fight through it.
And Coach, we had some Brunswick High fans here a little bit earlier before we went on started with the show, and we were talking a little bit about Randon Jernigan, and they were talking about his speed and talking about taking some big shots, and I commented that he's been drilled a time or two this year, but he always seems to pop up and take it. He's a tough kid. Not really a kid, but he's tough.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about it. We were talking today in our meetings as a staff, Sean and Randon, being 9th and 10th graders, they've really taken some big licks and bounced up from them and, able to recover. Just like Friday night, Sean took a big lick across the middle. Most guys wouldn't have got up, and
right.
He got up, continued to play. So I think that's a tribute to both guys being very, very tough at a young age, and I think that's a plus for us in the future.
Coach, again, talking about Randon Jernigan. He had that 72-yard touchdown run. Tell us about that play.
I mean, it was just a quarterback counter. We spread the field, and it's a read play for him. He's got an option to give it or run it, and based on what the defense does, and he was able to run it and get in a crease and get to the end zone.
And I, of course, broadcasting up in the booth when he broke loose and broke containment, there was one defensive player that really had an angle on him coming across the field, and Randy just plain outran him.
Right. Yeah, he was a step faster than that guy was.
You're listening to the Victor Floyd Coaches Show on the Bishop Media Sports Network with the head pirate himself, Victor Floyd. Coach, tell us about the little trickery play where Sean Smith threw the touchdown pass to Randon Jernigan.
It's just something we've been working on for a little while, and we've been running a lot of speed sweeps where we give the ball to Sean. And I noticed a couple of weeks ago that they're paying Randon no attention after he hands the ball off. So we thought we might take advantage of situation with Coffee if it came about when we got close to the end zone with that. And sure enough, we had an opportunity, and he was wide open.
Worked to perfection. Coach, I haven't seen the final stats for the game on total yards and first downs, but I would think they were pretty close. Do you have any final stats or roughly final stats for us?
We outgained them. We were a little over 400 yards, and I forget exactly what they had. They had 300 yards, 315, 20 maybe. And I think we ended up with about 412. So, you know, the numbers were pretty close total yards.
Yes, sir. Coach, how about John Grant? We've talked a lot about John running between the tackles. Doesn't have maybe the flashy stats for yards per carry, but he gets the tough 2, 3, 4 yards and got a tough 6 yards on that touchdown run that he had.
Oh yeah, John's been solid for us all year. Probably the most improved young man in our program. When you talk about a 365 days difference, works extremely hard. Has made great strides. A year ago, he played JV wide receiver, and we moved him to running back probably the last 2 or 3 games on JV. And John spent the summer and all the off-season working, and he's just got better and better. And he's a young man that I think deserves everything he gets, and he's worked extremely hard to get where he is. But he's doing a good job for us, and he's definitely running hard, and he's taking advantage of every carry, and that's all you can ask. And he's a good blocker on top of it. So we're real pleased with where John is and where he's come from.
It seems to me, I know coaches or at least broadcasters talk about yards after contact, and it seems like John always has another yard or 2 or 3 after he's hit.
He does. He's going to continue to drive and work his legs. He's going to run hard. Usually he doesn't go down on first contact, and if there's any way for him to get another yard or 2, he's definitely always trying.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about Amarius Wilson. I know he's suffered some injuries this year, but he's been pretty solid when he's been able to play. What is his status as far as injury-wise? I know he did miss some games and some time, but seems to be running better and back to full strength.
Well, I think he's slowly getting there. I think he's almost 100%. He's missed about 3, maybe even 4 games this year due to various injuries. But I think he's getting back to full strength now, and we're starting to work him in different ways. He's playing a little running back. He's playing a little receiver. Because Amaris is one of those guys that's pretty versatile. He started for us as a wide receiver as a sophomore. Last year we moved him to running back, and this year he's doing a combination of both. So he's helping us in a lot of different areas, and he's almost 100%. So we need him to get there.
As we go down the stretch, need everybody at full strength, if at all possible.
Oh, yeah.
We will be right back to the Brunswick High Coaches Show with the head coach Victor Floyd on the Bishop Media Sports Network.
Bruce Kennedy Tire is your hometown destination for tires. Michelin, Goodyear, and all the brands you trust. But don't let the name fool you. Bruce Kennedy Tire, located at 2928 Norwich Street, does more than just tires. brakes, alignments, repair work, and more than I can mention. Bruce Kennedy is locally owned and operated, so you get the best service in Glenn County. So give Bruce a call at 912-264-6578. Bruce Kennedy Tire, a name you can trust. Files Insurance Agency, located at 5623 Altama Avenue, a quarter-mile north of the Target Shopping Center, offers a wide range of products to protect you and your family from the unknown. Auto insurance, life, health, flood, commercial, bonds, including shrimp bonds, and so much more. Give Files Insurance Agency a call at 912-264-0100 or visit them online at filesinsurance.com. Pristine Water is your destination for pools, spas, and pool supplies. From installation to maintenance, Pristine Water is your best choice in all of Southeast Georgia for your next pool or spa. Give Pristine Water a call at 912-264-9233 for a free estimate, or stop on in at 166 Key Circle Drive, or check Pristine Water out online at pristinewaterandpools.com. And go Pirates!
Relax. Misty's Element Massage specializes in helping you do just that. Located at 138 Village Market on St. Simon's Island, Misty's Element Massage offers deep tissue massages, therapeutic massages, scrubs, creams, body wraps, and much more. The perfect gift for that special someone, not to mention sports massages for that aching muscle. Schedule your appointment today at 912-224-0198 or on the web at mistyselement.com.
Marchside Grill is your home for the best burgers, spuds, and seafood around. Come enjoy the view out by the water while taking in an ice-cold beverage. Marchside Grill is also your home for the Brunswick High Pirates Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd, and a proud sponsor of Brunswick High and local high school athletics. So stop in any day or night of the week for the best view and atmosphere in the Golden Isles. And also, check us out on Facebook. Go Pirates!
Welcome back to the Brunswick High Pirates Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd on the Bishop Media Sports Network. I'm Teddy Bishop, and we are on location at Marchside Grill. This segment of the Victor Floyd Show is brought to you by Bruce Kennedy Tire, Files Insurance Agency, Pristine Water and Pools, and by Misty's Element Massage. Coach, back to talking about the Coffee County game this past Friday night. Give us your assessment of special teams play.
Wow, that's a tough one. We had a return on us for the first time this year, so I'm a little upset with our special teams right now. We missed a PAT, so I guess our special teams didn't play up to par. You know, with those two, just those two things alone, along with let Mitchum punt, and that didn't work out. You know, he hit 60-yarders in practice with him just hanging in the air. And he teased me, so I said, all right, we're going to try this again, because it's the first time he's punted since the Glenn game. And
right.
Didn't work out according to plan.
Right, yes,
so we didn't play as well Friday nights as we have in the past.
Coach, talking about the missed PAT, Kip and I commented on the air that, yeah, he missed the PAT, but if we needed to go for two, that was something that you're certainly used to doing for the past several years.
Right, that's not a big thing to us.
And speaking of punting, I know we had talked earlier in the season about the possibility of Randon doing some punting, and we talked about the toe injury. Is he close to being available to punt if you needed him?
Well, we've talked about it a little bit, and that may be coming. We'll just kind of see how it plays out here. Seps did a solid job. You know, he hits a bad one every now and then, but, you know, for the year he's averaging about 34 yards a punt. So he does a solid job for us. We'll just kind of play that by ear. Randon gives an extra element back there, though. He gives us an extra element for sure.
Certainly the defense just couldn't be 100% sure he's going to punt it away.
Right.
Coach, even with the loss, the Pirates are still in good shape to make the playoffs. In effect, you still control your own destiny.
We do, and that's a good situation to be in. Just like when we got back late Friday night, that was one of the things that I honed in on, is the point that we still control our own destiny, and we don't have to wait on anyone to do anything. We control our own destiny. So that's the goal at hand, is to be ready for Richmond Hill on Friday. And we'll just take it one at a time and, make sure we try to handle our business.
And as you said, next week, Brunswick Pirates will be back at Glenn County Stadium hosting Richmond Hill. Richmond Hill lost to South Effingham this past Friday night by a single point, and I was certainly impressed with the way South Effingham played against Brunswick High. So that's not going to be an easy game at Glenn County Stadium.
No, Richmond Hill's got a good team. They haven't been able to buy breaks either, because if you look, 2 weeks ago they lost to Statesboro by 1 point. They turn around and lose again this week by 1 point. The Glenn game, I think, was 16-3. They have a good group, but they haven't been able to get breaks. They're really good on defense. They're an option-oriented team. So, that's a whole another element for you to prepare for, because option makes you play responsibility on defense. And if you slip once, it could be 6 points. So it's a really tough prep in a short period of time, and we really have to be on top of our game.
This is the Brunswick High Coaches Show with head coach Victor Floyd on the Bishop Media Sports Network. Coach, were there any surprises in regional play this past Friday night for you?
No, not in our region. Things kind of went about like you would expect them.
And, of course, I know you, of course, keep up with games in the area and everything, and certainly the region that the Pirates were in last year. I was surprised by some of the scores Friday night in the region that Brunswick High was in last year. I guess I was surprised that Camden lost to Tift County.
Well, I was a little more surprised at Lee County beating Lowndes.
Yes, sir. That one, too, was a big
Camden
surprise.
Tift, but that was a field goal game a year ago.
Right, that's right,
That was 17-14, so I knew that was going to be a tough game, and it was a field goal game again this year. So that one didn't surprise me as much as the Lowndes Lee County game.
Coach, how about performances by former Pirates from yesterday's collegiate games? Any updates on those? I know you try to keep up with them.
I do. Didn't hear a lot. I know Chris Anderson at Valdosta State, he caught about 4 passes for around 50 yards, another touchdown. They won big against Mississippi College. Justin, I think, had 5 tackles at TFL and broke up a pass against Ole Miss yesterday. And those are the only 2 I've seen so far.
Coach, after I watched part of the Tennessee game last night, and Justin Coleman played pretty well. I think Justin, and we've talked about him throughout the season from time to time. He's very solid.
Right. He's been solid for him this year, really has. One that I did forget, Jarvis Small had a 5th straight 100-yard rushing game. He had 130 and a touchdown yesterday. They beat Morehouse in Atlanta. I did see that
so
one.
Kudos to Jarvis.
Yeah, for sure.
He's having a fine collegiate career.
He's having a really good year. He is.
Coach, after the Richmond Hill game this coming Friday night, then you go on the road up to Hinesville to play Bradwell Institute. On paper, right now, of course, and I know you're not looking ahead beyond Richmond Hill, but on paper that looks like a game Brunswick High should handle easily, but you got to play on the field, not on paper. And I've been with the Pirates up there before. That's another tough place to play.
That's right here. I've only been to Hinesville to Liberty. I've never been to Bradwell. That'll be my first trip, but I guess we'll kind of worry about that when we get to it. We're going to try to focus on Richmond Hill, because I promise you they're as dangerous as anybody in our conference right now.
Yes, sir. And then, of course, the regular season finale, Ware County back at Glenn County Stadium. Certainly that could turn out to be another huge game.
It will. I'm sure it will, because that's a little rivalry anyway.
Right.
Along with them, being the number 1 team in the state, number 1 team in our region. So that'll be an exciting time for our guys.
Coach, any final comments or thoughts as we close the Victor Floyd Show for this week?
Well, just appreciate you having me, and I ask all the Pirates to still come out and support us on Friday night, and we look forward to finishing up the year strong.
Thank you, Coach. We got about 30 seconds. I wanted to give a shout out. Sonny Watkins, big Brunswick High Pirate fan, was in here a little bit earlier eating dinner with his wife, and he has reserved seats for the Pirates, and I see him every week when we play at Glenn County Stadium. So just want to give a shout out to Sonny Watkins and tell him we appreciate his support of the Brunswick High Pirates, along with everyone. He's many supporters for Brunswick High. He was here tonight, and we do appreciate it. Coach Victor Floyd, we thank you, and we'll see you Friday night at Glenn County Stadium.
Thank you. See you there.
Good night.
Good night.